What is going on, guys? My name is Will Sickness and welcome everybody to a new video. So today is the day, guys, that I'm going to be showing you the best recording settings on a single PC. There is no lag, any game. It's honestly amazing. Keep watching. So obviously the first thing that you're going to have to do to get straight into it is download OBS. Once you have that installed, bring it up. So as you can see, obviously there's lots of windows on me, but this is OBS right here, guys. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is press settings right there, and this little settings box will come straight up. So at the start, you can just literally leave everything for default unless you want to change anything. Like for example, the dark theme, you can change that if you want. It makes it just look different basically. But one thing that I would recommend is automatically check for updates on startup. That is one thing that you do definitely need. And then if you just scroll down, you can literally just scroll down and see if there's anything that you would like. But yeah, I leave this all default. Then you can skip the stream bit and go straight into your output. So obviously we are going to be recording, so go right here. So we're going to go through a little bit of stuff. So obviously this is for AMD cards and Nvidia too. And obviously if you have Intel QuickSync or just CPU recording. So the most effective way to do it is using your hardware encoder, because obviously when you're recording, you're doing it at a higher bitrate. So make sure you do your output mode to advanced. All of this is like blanked out right now because obviously I am currently recording, so it can't really change the settings while I'm still recording using that instance of OBS. So yeah, my recording path is just my E drive. You can do whatever you want, but yeah, I have selected my E drive. It's literally just OBS recordings, and all my drives, all my recordings are in there. Right, so the next one, guys, recording format. So make sure that is on MP4, because if you don't do MP4, then you drag it into an editing software. Let's say you do MKV or something, you're gonna have to remux that, and that takes time. So I would just recommend MP4, because then you can literally just drag and drop it straight into your editing program. It's honestly amazing, guys. So then, right, once you've done that, make sure your audio track is just on number 1, because then you know anything that is coming out of your PC or any USB devices that you have plugged in. For example, my Blue Snowball, how I'm like talking to you guys right now. Make sure that is number 1. I can do a video in the future of how to actually record multiple track audios. It's honestly amazing, but yeah, I have a separate video for that. Okay, so for your encoder, if you're on an AMD card, make sure to do H.265 HEVC encoder. The reason behind this is because the H.265 codec is literally better than Nvidia quality. It's honestly amazing how good AMD is with H.265. It's just with a H.264, it's honestly like a terrible quality, honestly, terrible quality. But yeah, make sure you do H.265. It's a godsend. It's actually amazing. The reason why AMD gets so much hate is just because the H.264, it's just horrible. And obviously H.265, you can't stream in H.265, but you can record in it. So the next thing, Rescale Output. So I record in 1080p, but if I just go to my video real quick, it says 1920 by 1080, 1920 by 1080, 16 samples and 60 FPS. So basically you don't want to change that Rescale Output, otherwise you're literally doing that twice. Like you're encoding the video twice. It doesn't make sense. It's just using more resources, and you use OBS instead of Streamlabs OBS because you want more performance on your gaming PC and more features, of course. So the next thing, custom mixer settings. You don't honestly have to do anything in that box. I've done like a little bit of stuff when I had a dual PC setup, but honestly, like there is a marginal difference in quality, but it increases like 50% CPU usage. There are lots of videos on the internet. I think Epos Vox has like a secret source, like his settings, but he has a dedicated PC and he has like an i9-7980XE or like a Threadripper 32 cores. It's honestly insane how much CPU and GPU load it puts on more. So the next thing that you're going to do is quality preset. So if I just hover over that, it just says what exactly. So I use balance, so it's a balanced mixture of the two. So obviously speed, it would be easier to encode, but the quality is absolutely shocking. But obviously if you do quality, then it's going to be better quality. but I've done all tests in between this. Basically speed looks horrible, balanced and quality basically look the same. And yeah, but obviously when you're using the hardware encoder, it basically uses no CPU usage. As you can see from down there, 2.3% of my CPU is literally being used, and it literally uses like, I think it's 1% or 2% of your graphics card. So that's basically nothing. Right, for the next bit is very, very important. Okay, so CQP. So basically that just means that it tries to keep equality compared to constant bitrate. It just takes that bitrate no matter what. So with, for example, on CQP, let's say like I've got it set to 22, so it tries to keep a quality of 22. So let's say if I'm on a mad firefight, there's everything splashing around the screen, there's blood everywhere, and I'm reloading my gun at the same time. Obviously it's gonna put the bitrate up to like maybe like 40,000, but for example, this desktop recording, it's literally going to be keeping the same quality, but the file size is going to, like, I recorded for about a minute and it was 18 megabytes. But when I was doing my Overwatch stuff, so this is an Overwatch video, if I just go in properties and then details, right? So it's 6 minutes, 1080p, 30 megabytes a second, because obviously there was a lot of action in it, 60 frames, and that was 1.32 gigabytes for 6 minutes compared to, well, this one, it says 131 megabytes and we've been recording for 8 minutes 35 seconds. So obviously it makes your file size like absolutely phenomenal. Is that how you English? But yeah, it makes it honestly insane. It's amazing, guys. So make sure to do that as 22. The lower you go, so if you go to like 1, then that basically like insane quality, but it's never needed. Like once you put it onto YouTube, 22 is all you need. So yeah, put your keyframe interval as 2. View mode, I haven't really played around with this really, but I have just put it to basic because it says like advanced shows more options like multi GPU support, and I don't have like 2 Vega 64s. Make sure you don't click on that debug, and then yeah, for my audio I just put my track 1 because that is what we're recording right there, to 320 my audio bitrate. What is the highest you can go, and obviously I want my audio to sound the best. Replay buffer doesn't really matter, basically just using more RAM. It's good to do clips though. Audio, I have just done my speakers, then microphone, then all of those, but yeah, you literally just click on it and then you can see what kind of stuff you need. But yeah, you can literally leave everything like this. Enable push to talk, I kind of not really worth it, not gonna lie, because you can do all of these in hotkeys. I would recommend like push to mute or something though, because obviously if you are like your mum comes in or something, then obviously yeah, and you don't want to be pushing to talk for the whole stream. Next thing that we're gonna go down, obviously you can do all of these what you want to do it as, but yeah, you just select it basically. But yeah, we're just going to go into video, and then 1920 by 1080 and 1920 by 1080, that is for 1080p. But obviously, if your monitor is 4K or something, make sure to put your canvas as 4K or whatever your monitor is. So obviously you just go into display settings, you scroll down and it says 1080p. My second display is 4K, so when I'm recording from my 4K display, I change the base canvas to 4K. It's really easy. But yeah, if you want to record in 720p, then do the output scaled resolution as 1280 by 720. That's all you need to do. So yeah, just go to hotkeys. I never do hotkeys because I do everything on my Stream Deck, but it's completely up to you. And then the last thing that you're going to do is advanced. So I do it as normal, but if like my game or my stream is suffering, then I would literally click on that, press high, and then press apply. But yeah, leave all of this for default. The only thing that I'd really do is if you're recording in MKV, then do automatically remux to MP4. That's the only thing that I would really do. And file name formatting, you can change that to like 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever you want. But yeah, I wouldn't change it personally. And yeah, that is everything for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully it didn't drag on for too long or anything. I just tried to put like as much detail as possible into this because I want like you guys to know how I record and the best settings and everything like that. But yeah, I'm gonna end up the video here. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed this video. The green screen is back, y'all. The green screen is back. I'm really happy. I'm back on a single PC. Obviously the lighting isn't great, like when I go like that you can see the stuff, but it's we're getting a ring light soon, so hopefully that will thing, because I do have some RGB flashlights, but they only last for about 5 hours or so, and obviously when I'm streaming that's more than 5 hours, and they go from like white to purple, and I'm like, it ruins my lighting, yo. But yeah, that's everything for today, guys. My name has been Signals. Hopefully this video has been not constructive, helpful. I really hope that it has helped you in one way or another. My name has been Signals. You guys have been absolutely awesome. I'm gonna get some food because I'm really hungry. But yeah, peace out, much love, and have a good one, guys. And if you have any questions or suggestions or anything like that, honestly, just leave a comment down below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. My name's been Signals. You guys are absolutely awesome. Peace out, much love. Dab on them haters, yo.